Have you ever thought you knew everything about this Earth? But in fact, we have only seen the fragile surface of life. In the deep ocean, in the dark underground, or in the windy sky, there exist strange creatures that seem to come from another planet. Is a vivid display of these creatures, reminding us that nature has countless mysteries beyond human imagination. 1. The octopus, the one with 9 brains and 3 hearts. In the deep ocean, a soft creature floats like a water balloon. It has no bones, but can squeeze through gaps only as wide as an eye. It has no scales, but is a master of camouflage, disappearing in the blink of an eye into moss and rocks. It has no ears, but can hear sounds beneath the waves. And most strangely of all, it has 3 hearts beating with blue blood, along with 8 small brains that control 8 free-thinking tentacles. The octopus, both the loneliest and most intelligent creature in the ocean. It is said that if another civilization had evolved on Earth, we might have had to bow to the 8-armed kings of the sea. 2. Axolotl, the one who never grows up. In the quiet lakes of Mexico, a small creature with a mysterious smile always surprises people. Axolotl, a strange salamander, is gently called Mexican walking fish. Its body resembles a giant tadpole, with external gills that spread out like soft red flowers around its head, sparkling black eyes, and a face that always seems to smile. What makes the axolotl unique is its ability to refuse to grow into adulthood. While most amphibians undergo metamorphosis into new forms, the axolotl remains a child for its entire life. It can reproduce without ever becoming an adult salamander. It's an evolutionary paradox, a creature that stays young forever. Not only that, axolotls also possess a regenerative power that science has yet to fully explain. Losing a leg, it grows a new one. Losing an entire tail, or even part of the heart or brain, they can regenerate as if the wound had never been there. Thanks to this ability, axolotls have become the inspiration for medical research on tissue regeneration and healing. In Aztec culture, the axolotl is associated with the legend of Xolotl, the god of transformation, who chose to escape his fate by transforming into this animal and hiding underwater. Perhaps that's why the axolotl always carries a mysterious aura, both a gentle joke of creation and a reminder of the power of rebirth and the unexplored secrets of life. 3. Ants, the empire beneath our feet stepping underground. A vast world appears. Ants so small that we can crush them, but their numbers exceed humans by millions of times. They have social organizations, occupations, armies, mushroom farms, and even colonies of aphids that are raised like livestock. They know how to care for the elderly, bury their own kind, and also have collective tragedies, death spirals where thousands of individuals die of exhaustion due to a single wrong signal. In each anthill, there is a glimpse of human society, cooperation, ambition, and fragility. 4. Seahorse, the tiny knight of the sea. In the middle of the green seaweed, a figure stands upright like a chess piece. Its head held high like a horse, its tail wrapped tightly like a monkey, and its belly has a pouch like a kangaroo. But the strangest thing is that it is the male who gets pregnant and gives birth. Seahorses, so slow that they only swim a few meters per hour, but are perfect hunters with a success rate of up to 90%. Without a stomach, they are forced to eat continuously to survive. A small, fragile creature. But it makes us think, strength does not always lie in speed or fierce appearance, but in the sophistication and adaptability that nature bestows. 5. Dragonflies, the assassins of the sky. One summer afternoon, the glass-thin wings flashed in the air. Dragonflies, insects that existed before the dinosaurs, once had giant ancestors with wingspans of nearly half a meter. Their eyes were paired with 30,000 lenses. Their brains were small but processed images many times faster than humans, making them super pilots. They can fly forward, backward, hover, change direction instantly, and take down prey with near absolute precision. No lion or shark has such a perfect hunting ratio. In the fragile appearance of dragonflies, there is hidden a biological machine of life, a feat created by nature over hundreds of millions of years of evolution. 6. Electric eels, lightning in the river. In the murky waters of the Amazon River, the long, sinuous shadow of a strange creature appears. It has no sharp teeth like a crocodile, no speed like a dolphin, but it carries an invisible weapon: electricity. The poraque, an electric eel, can release a shock of up to hundreds of volts, enough to paralyze its prey in the blink of an eye. When hunting, it does not need to chase. With just one pulse, a school of small fish faints, floating helplessly. When threatened, it unleashes an even more violent shock, forcing even the largest predator to retreat. What's even more amazing is that its body is a perfect biological power plant. Special cells called electrocytes stack up like batteries, storing energy and releasing it whenever needed. With this ability, the electric eel is both a predator and a symbol of the invisible power of nature. It reminds us that life depends not only on fangs and muscles, but also on the mysterious energies hidden in each cell. 7. Giant centipede, the predator in the dark. In the humid jungles, when night falls and the leaves are still wet with dew, a multi-legged creature quietly crawls out of the rotten soil. A giant centipede. Its body is long like a strip of winding armor. Dozens of pairs of legs, hafting like a machine, each step is a shudder. It does not need to roar, does not need external strength, because its weapon lies in its curved fangs filled with venom. Just one bite, the prey, whether it is an insect, a small reptile, or even a baby bird that has fallen from the nest, is quickly paralyzed. The giant centipede's body is a testament to a strange evolution. Flexible enough to slip through cracks in rocks, yet hard enough to protect itself. It lives in the dark, where few people notice it. But it is precisely this silence that makes it a fearsome predator. Its legs scurrying across the wet ground give the impression of witnessing a stream of primitive life, one that has quietly existed for millions of years. The giant centipede reminds us that not all power is revealed in the light. There are powers that survive in the shadows, where silence is the loudest voice of nature. 8. Bat, the glider in the dark. When the night falls, in the quiet space there is only the sound of wind and chirping insects. A pair of thin wings spread out like a velvet curtain. Bats, the only animals on Earth that can truly fly. But what makes it different is not its wings, but its invisible ears for sound. In the pitch black, where human eyes are powerless, bats open up the world with ultrasonic waves. It emits rapid calls, its ears listen for the echoes, and from there draw a three-dimensional map of space. Without light, without color, bats still dart with speed, tumble precisely, and catch prey as small as flying dust particles. Sometimes we think they have a sixth sense, a supernatural intuition, but in fact it is the result of tens of millions of years of delicate evolution. Bats also carry within them the paradoxes of nature. Some live on sweet fruits, become seed sowers, and protect the regeneration of forests. Some suck blood, making people both afraid and curious. They hang upside down in the dark, like spirits guarding the boundary between life and death. Bats remind us that the night is not just a void, but a universe of invisible sounds, where life still throbs in ways that human eyes have never seen. 9. Crocodile, survivor of the dinosaur era. On the calm river surface, only a pair of eyes emerged from the water. Not a ripple, not a breath. The crocodile, a reptile that has existed for over 200 million years, has seen the dinosaurs come and go, and yet it has quietly survived. The crocodile's body is a combination of weapon and armor. Its jaws close with the strongest bite in the animal kingdom, strong enough to crush turtle shells or buffalo bones. Its thick, armor-like skin, shiny in the sun, makes it almost invulnerable. But its most terrifying aspect lies in its strategy. It patiently remains motionless for hours, just waiting for the moment when its prey carelessly bends down to drink. One swipe, one pull into the eddy, and the prey's fate is decided in silence. Despite their ferocity, crocodiles have a contradictory side. They guard their nests, protect their eggs, and even gently carry their young in their mouths to bring them safely into the water. In their cold eyes, there is still a glimmer of maternal and paternal instinct. Crocodiles are a reminder that life doesn't need to change much to survive. Over hundreds of millions of years, while other species have disappeared, they have remained, silent witnesses to Earth's history. They are living memories of an era that humans can only imagine, the age of dinosaurs and the primordial beginnings of life. 10 giant squid, ghost of the deep in the eternal darkness of the ocean. Where sunlight never reaches, a giant creature moves silently. The giant squid, more a legend than a reality, is tens of meters long, with eyes the size of saucers, able to see through the dense darkness of the deep sea. The long tentacles with thousands of suckers cling like iron hooks. Once stretched out, rarely any prey can escape. It is said that they have wrapped themselves around giant sperm whales, leaving long scars on their opponent's skin. Evidence of the underground battles that humans rarely witness. The mystery is that giant squids rarely show themselves. For centuries, they existed only in sailors' tales, vague images, or corpses washed up on shore after storms. Only recently, with the technology to film at depths of thousands of meters, have humans captured the first living images of them. White shadows gliding across the Black Sea like a secret revealed but still unexplained. The giant squid reminds us that the deep sea is an unexplored land, a museum larger than any continent, where creatures beyond imagination still live. Perhaps every time we look out at the vast night sea somewhere beneath the waves, a giant eye is also looking back from a world we have never truly touched. 11 great white shark, the legendary shadow of the ocean. In the white-capped waves, under the dark blue water, a long shadow silently glides by. No sound, no trace, just a dorsal fin rising is enough to make the whole ocean tremble. The great white shark, the legendary predator, the fierce and tragic soul of the sea. Its jaws are a living arsenal. Hundreds of razor-sharp blades arranged in rows. Each tooth falling out is immediately replaced by a new one. Each bite is a bone-crushing force, a whisper of death. But the danger of the great white shark is not only in its teeth, but in its patience and wisdom. It can track its prey for kilometers, feeling every heartbeat thanks to organs sensitive to the faint electric currents emitted by living bodies. Yet, in our myths and fears, we forget that great whites are victims too. They have lived for millions of years, through the ages, but are now hunted to the point of exhaustion. Their fins are luxury goods, their bodies hauled up as trophies. In the eyes of humans, they are monsters. But in the delicate balance of the ocean, they are keepers of order, guardians of the cycle of life. When a great white shark swims through the sunlit sea, its appearance is both terrifying and sacred. It is a reminder that nature has a gentle beauty, but also a cruel beauty, the kind that makes us shudder but cannot look away. 12. Glass frog, the transparent spirit of the rainforest. In the rainforests of Central and South America, as darkness falls and insects sing like an orchestra, a tiny creature hops out from a dewy leaf. It is the glass frog, an amphibian so fragile that its body is almost transparent. Through its glass-thin skin, one can see its beating heart, its flowing blood vessels, and its tiny organs that function like nature's most intricate machines. Their transparent bodies are not only for viewing, but also for camouflage. Lying motionless on the green leaves, they almost disappear from the eyes of predators. But what makes this frog species even more special is its paternal instinct. Unlike many species that abandon their eggs after they are laid, the male glass frog guards each clutch of eggs on the leaves, moistening them with drops of water from his body to prevent them from drying out. If a predator approaches, he will bravely fight back, despite his fragile and vulnerable body. In its eerie transparency, the glass frog is a metaphor for life. Beautiful, yet fragile. Fragile, yet courageous. It reminds us that even the smallest creatures carry a profound story about fatherhood, about sacrifice, and about the art of survival in a harsh world. 13. Coconut crab, the giant tree climber of the remote island. On tropical islands where ocean breezes rustle through towering coconut palms, there lives a lumbering creature that climbs trees with the ease of a silent predator. It is the coconut crab, the world's largest land crustacean, weighing several pounds and with powerful claws that can crack open hard coconut shells. During the day, they hide in their caves, but when night falls, the entire coconut forest echoes with a rustling sound. The sound of giant hands climbing up the tree trunks. With their steel-like pincers, coconut crabs grip the coconuts, spin them, and slowly pry open the outer shell, breaking the inner shell to reach the sweet white pulp. Few creatures on Earth can crack coconuts with such mechanical force. Coconut crabs don't just eat coconuts. They are opportunists. They eat fallen fruit, dead animals, even baby birds that have fallen from their nests. This rich diet helps them live long. Some can live over 50 years. These old men still wander quietly in the dark, like the ancient spirits of the island. The coconut crab is a reminder that evolution sometimes writes incredible stories. A crustacean that was born in the sea gradually left the ocean behind, becoming the ruler of the coconut forest on land. In the dark of night, when you hear the sudden sound of a coconut falling, perhaps it is not just the wind, but also the trace of the silent king of the remote island. 14. Arowana, the legendary shadow in the river. In the rivers of South America and Southeast Asia, sunlight sometimes sparkles on the water surface, reflecting on scales that shine like metal. That is the dragonfish, one of the oldest fish species that still exists today, with ancestors that appeared more than 150 million years ago. Its body is long and slender. Its scales are large like shields, sparkling with silver, gold, and even fiery red. When it glides under the water, people feel like they are seeing a piece of a legendary dragon. Arowanas have a special ability. They can leap high out of the water, snatching insects or small birds perched on branches. With that powerful leap, they cross the boundary between water and air, as if affirming the superior power of the fish that was once revered as a sacred animal. In many Asian cultures, the arowana symbolizes luck, power, and prosperity. But in the wild, it is a formidable predator, with its mouth turned up to the sky, always waiting for prey from above. Despite their legend, the arowana is in danger of disappearing. Overhunting for the luxury aquarium hobby, combined with shrinking habitats, has made many species of arowana extremely rare. It is ironic that a creature once considered a symbol of longevity is now facing threats from the hands of humans. The arowana reminds us that legends do not exist only in ancient books or oral stories. They are still swimming, still alive, still reflecting the mysterious light of millions of years of evolution. But for those legends to live on, humans must learn to look at them with respect instead of greed. 15 Goblin Shark, pale pink ghost of the deep. In the dark waters, where the sunlight never reaches, there floats a creature that seems to come from a nightmare. The goblin shark, with its long sword-like snout, is an ancient shark whose ancestors lived over 100 million years ago. Its skin is thin and pale, sometimes glowing pink as the veins are visible under its semi-transparent skin, giving it the appearance of a ghost drifting in the sea. The strangest thing about the goblin shark is that its jaws can be extended like a whip. When prey passes by, the jaws suddenly lunge forward, sharp teeth sink deep, then immediately retract, dragging the unfortunate prey with them. It is one of the most terrifying hunting mechanisms in the ocean, reminding people of alien creatures. Despite their monstrous appearance, goblin sharks are rare. They live hundreds of meters deep, rarely come into view, and most of what we know about them comes from specimens caught in fishing nets. This mystery has given the shark an aura of legend, half real, half imagined. The goblin shark reminds us that the ocean is not just a place for familiar creatures. In the eternal darkness, there are still strange shapes that seem to have stepped out of the planet's ancient dreams, surviving for millions of years, silently reminding us that Earth still has countless secrets that have not been discovered by humans.